Hey guys, I want to do a video about home defense, asking the question, what weapon do you keep on your nightstand or by the bedside? What weapon have you chosen to protect your family with if the need arises? There's a lot of questions and a lot of things you need to consider when it comes to home defense. Whether you choose a handgun, a revolver, semi-auto, or a shotgun. A shotgun's an excellent home defense weapon, or even a carbine. There's things you need to consider. First thing I would consider is what type of neighborhood do you live in? How close are the homes? How close proximity are the houses together? Do you live in an apartment where you're right on top of each other, very thin walls? I actually live in a rural area where the houses are well spaced apart, no neighbors right on top of us. But when I first got married, I lived in a neighborhood where the houses were so close together you could barely get your lawnmower between them. So that's some things to consider. I mean, especially when you're dealing with like handgun, 9mm rounds, 45 ACP, 40 caliber, the penetration, over penetration, whether you shoot ball ammo, hollow points, whatever you choose. If you miss the intended target, where's that round going to go? And if you're in an apartment, it could go through quite a few apartments. You may inadvertently wound or kill a neighbor in the process. So there's some things you need to think about based on that. I personally have chosen, as of this date, October 2010, this video, I keep my Springfield Armory XD45 ACP on the nightstand, I guess you can say. This is the weapon I've chosen to protect my family with if the need arises. Excellent handgun, no issues with it. Had it for about a year and a half now. Runs probably 400 or 500 rounds through it, and never any issues. It'll eat anything, hollow points, ball, no problems whatsoever. Pretty accurate, I think, for what you're getting. Very good, very accurate weapon. This one has been safety checked, but I'm going to remove the magazine just anyways and show. Like I say, this one's in 45 ACP, holds a whopping 13 rounds plus one in the chamber, so 14 rounds, which is very good, very high capacity. 14 rounds at 45 ACP, you should be able to get the job done, I would hope. A few things about this model that are different probably than some others you've seen on videos. This one actually has a thumb safety here on the slide, kind of 1911 style. I mean, it's kind of redundant, maybe not even necessary. This striker-fired weapon is very safe. It's not going to go off unless you pull that trigger, and there again, the trigger has a safety built in it as well. Has a 1911 style grip safety here that has to be fully compressed to work. Like I say, the thumb safety is ambidextrous. I'm left-handed, so that's not a problem. I've owned some 1911s before where they were set up for right-handed only, made it kind of difficult. But like I say, ambidextrous, magazine release, slide release is right-handed. But like I say, over the years shooting left-handed, I've adapted to shooting right-handed geared handguns, so that's not a problem for me, anyways. As you can see on the it's got a rail. I have an Insight M3 tactical light on it. It also ambidextrous. Down is just momentarily, and then up it'll lock the light on. I think it's about 100 lumens, very bright, very good light. And there again, that's something else too to consider, guys. Flashlights. A lot of people don't think about it, but most of us sleep. You may have a few lights on in the home, but I keep my house fairly dark. And if I'm ever awakened from a sleep, someone crashing through my door, coming through a window, I don't fumbling and bumbling trying to grab a flashlight and the handgun is not something I want to do. That's why I opted to put a rail-mounted light on there. That way, it's all one package, one easy there together, ready to roll if the case arises. I mean, some may like to shoot with a flashlight. It's a little more difficult, takes a little more practice, a little bit of training. I mean, I am in law enforcement, and that's the way we train. Our holsters will not accommodate a rail light. We carry the Sig Sauer X, I'm sorry, thinking about this one, P226 and 40 caliber. It has a rail on it, but I don't keep my rail light on it because, like I say, the holsters won't accommodate it. So generally, I'm carrying a full-size mag light, and which I carry in my weak hand. I'm left-handed, and it's kind of, you know, flashlight in this hand. You kind of cross over with the handgun like this, hold the light, and, you know, support your strong hand. But it's, like I say, it's not the most stable platform, but it works, and it takes a lot of training, and that's just something to think about. And that goes for shotguns and carbines, whatever you choose. If you can mount a your light on the shotgun or on the carbine, I think you'd be much better off. Same with the handgun here. So it's just some things to think about. Just a quick video to show you this is what I use. Like I say, 45 ACP. I'm actually running the Hornady tap ammo in it. I believe this is the 200 grain plus P round. Very good round. So just a few things to think about, guys. If you got any comments, or if you want to post a video or just a response, I'd be interested to see what everybody else is using for home defense, how you protect your family. I appreciate it, guys.